Last time on Pole House Black Pot Weekend Getaways, we fixed scrumptious banana bread. And we visited our state capital in Jefferson City, Missouri.
Okay, I figured I'd give a little tour of our camp spot here at the conservation area, or excuse me, recreation area. This is the Pine Ridge Recreation Area. So take a little look-see here. We are actually at lot number 4. We got a barbecue pit, fire pit, pretty nice table, set up for a wash station. Went ahead and put up a canopy last night because they were calling for rain, and rain today and maybe tonight, so got that set up. If we can look, I don't have zoom on this GoPro much, so you look way back in behind here is actually another walk-in tent spot. I think that's site number 5. Yep, it's pretty nice. This is behind us, looking back up toward the front. And the neat thing is, let's see, right over here, right off of our camping spot is a trail, and this one actually is part of the Cedar Creek Trail, and this part here is blazed in yellow and gray, I think, and this part of it I think is walking but no equestrian, and it loops around and connects up to a part of the trail that is equestrian also. And I think its total length of this trail of Cedar Creek is I think 36 miles. So it's pretty neat. I think this is part of the South Loop, and this is all in part of the part of the Mark Twain National Forest. So it's a pretty neat. Just turn around real quick and head back. Here it's pretty muddy because we had, like I say, decent rain amount last night, so I'm being careful where I'm walking. And we get right back here, and right there's our camper. And you can go on and run this way, and we'll head back. Yeah, I see this one. It says here, this part of the area trail is open to hiking or bicycle. No question on this part of the trail. So this loop is one way. We're going the wrong way here, but come around, there's a spot over there where there's spot number 3. There's a camper there. Back over here is spot number 2. There's a camper over in there this weekend. So it's a pretty nice, we'll maybe take a little drive tour around later. A couple of neat spots back down over behind this parking lot, and there's a little bit bigger area where you can have a group camp. So there's a pretty neat little couple of tables down there and an extra big barbecue grill down there, so you could have the scouts or something like that, or church group. Would be pretty nice. So pretty nice area. Looks like the only thing they haven't done is they haven't mowed in here yet this spring. But it just opened up, actually, April the 15th. So this campground has water spigots, a couple places, but no electricity. Or of course no sewer, no dump station, but there's a vault toilet here. So pretty nice, lots of trees, lots of shade. Of course, lots of pine trees, if you look up here. Because they call this Pine Ridge. And here's another big, pretty bunch of them right there. It's a pretty nice area here.
Well, I think we're going to go take a tour of this campground and the other one that's the equestrian one. And then I guess we're going to Jefferson City.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to have a good chance of rain by middle of the afternoon. Trail's pretty muddy here, so we're going to do a little drive tour and go to Jeff City. I'll probably check out some outside stuff. Hopefully,
I don't think this is going to be a very good weekend for hiking.
It may not be. So
but that happens sometimes.
We're going to see what we can find in Jeff City and do a little tour of that. So we'll get going.
Yep. I bet them people are cold in that tent. Too. They weren't here last night,
yeah,
were they?
They couldn't hardly see it. Here we are at the Dry Fork Recreation Area.
This is supposed to be equestrian place to camp.
Where the other one we're at is non-equestrian.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, look at that. It's pretty nice little
it is.
Spot there. Is it labeled what location it is?
It's one.
Okay, yeah. And there's water spigot right there, so we have water. And there's a place, I think, that it'll hitch your horses to also.
There was a bench there to sit at, too, while you're filling up your water.
Filling up your horse, or whatever the case may be.
I guess, if you want to be that way. Ooh, that one's got two picnic tables.
Right there. Yep, let's see. I'll put it around there, look.
Okay. That's two. These are nice over here.
Nice. Spot 3 right there, isn't it?
Yep.
Looks like.
Now there's supposed to be a trail that's like over 20 miles long around here, isn't there?
Well, that's the Cedar Creek where we were at, a little spur off of it, and it comes through right through close by here too.
Oh, right there, I'd say. Yep.
Yeah, I think it's like 36 miles.
Oh wow, that'd make you poor horse a nice stretch of the legs, now wouldn't it?
Nice one. What was that, 5? I think it says 5.
I think it does, yes.
Here's number 6.
Now they're not real deep for a
there's
a horse trailer.
Now for a horse trailer or regular camper too, as far as that goes.
Well, we'll have to come stay here one of these days.
There's one right there. Open one on this side over here, and there's somebody parked there.
Yep.
There's number 8. I think that's it. I think both of these campgrounds have 8. So yeah, you could actually get on a hiking trail, and I think it's a Cedar Creek, and hike from between both campgrounds. But the other campground where we're camping, you can't have horses in it though. So you can hike down there close to it and come back. But yes, this is another nice. Only disadvantage of this one compared to our other one where we're at is quite a bit of more gravel here to get here. So yeah, that is the Dry Fork Campground, part of the Mark Twain National Forest. We are on another adventure here in Jefferson City. We're outside of the Missouri State Penitentiary.
And we're taking a tour.
Luckily,
So,
we're not going to. Hopefully, they won't keep us.
I hope not.
Since it's
no.
closed for business since 2004. Tours only now.
So we'll show you what it looks like inside. The Missouri State Penitentiary is 5th oldest in the United States for penitentiaries. It was also the only penitentiary west of the Mississippi for several years. It's also known as the bloodiest 47 acres in the United States. Well,
we just finished up our tour.
We're sitting out in front of the warden's house, which is just across the street from the prison.
If you look over there, there's one of the
towers.
One of the towers, guard towers.
He didn't get a chance to get away from work, and it's been said that there's a tunnel underneath here.
Yeah.
One thing about this prison was over 100 years old when it was.
Well, way over 100 years old.
Yeah, way over 100.
168 years old. Built in 1836.
And the tour guide we had, I think he was my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah,
he was very informative. He worked there for over 30 years.
Started in, what did he say, in
1970.
1970.
And he worked until 85, right?
Been longer than that. He worked almost till it closed. Closed down in 2004.
He was so interesting. He said everywhere you walk, except for one place, you walked on top of other things that were built. They had hidden cells that they dug up back in. They dug them up, what?
1985 or something. Whatever.
90,
pictures downstairs.
Yeah, something like that. 85.
Yeah.
It's just really cool, everything.
Yeah, it was pretty neat because when this was built, like I said, in 1836, it was the first prison.
It was the only prison.
It was first and
only prison.
It was the first one west of the Mississippi that was built, and it was the longest continuous run institution until it closed in 2004.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. The other thing that I thought was really interesting was the youngest inmate they had in here was a newborn.
Well, they had more than that because there were
the
kids
youngest,
that were born. Yeah.
youngest inmates
that came in.
The youngest inmates that were in there were newborn. The youngest one to be brought was 4 months old.
Yes. Yeah, there were several that were born here.
Because there were women in this prison when it was first built.
Yes.
There was one execution they had here was a man, a husband and wife.
And a total of, we had some footage of that too, of the gas chamber.
Yeah,
there was like
39 men executed and one woman.
Over the years of, this was a very large prison. I didn't know how many people.
They said it was over 5,000 at one point that were housed here.
Very large. What do you say, what's the prison out in California without Alcatraz?
Yes.
It only had several hundred people at one time.
What, 600 people?
Wasn't very many.
Which I've been to Alcatraz.
Now, when our tour guide said he worked here, it ranged around 2,500 people, give or take. So it was about half or less.
When I lived here in...
Probably way before that, I'd say.
I lived here in Jeff City when we first met.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know this prison was here. He said when it was built, this prison was in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And now it's in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some of the tour had been cut off because back in 2019 they had a tornado that come through and tore a bunch of it up.
Tore up part of the wall down by the river, and then it jumped up until the tops off of
some of the buildings.
Several different of the different ones. So it was kind of bad, but I don't know if they're going to be able to fix them or.
Well, no, they got it approved. They got it approved to fix that one that's got the dungeon in it.
Yeah, that's right. One's got a dungeon. They were going to put a roof back on it and kind of preserve it.
That's the one you usually get to go through. But at any rate, very interesting.
We were in B and C Hall, I think.
Right. Now we got to go down. It's not considered solitary confinement. It is. What was it?
I don't remember now. It was a basement.
Yeah,
where we were.
Our equivalent of solitary confinement.
Yeah, it was a really neat tour. It was $20 a piece, and it was a 2-hour tour.
It not only included the prison, it also included the museum, the prison
which is the
museum.
house right behind us.
So we did a museum too. So, anyways, we're
really
gonna.
Interesting.
I'm hungry.
And one thing we didn't do, if you were like ghost hunting, They also have
Oh,
a
yeah.
ghost tour here at night.
Now this is a little expensive. You can do an tour guide, no tour guide tour. It's $20. With the tour guide, which is what I would suggest, is $20 as well.
Yeah.
They have a ghost adventure with the tour guide that's $30, and then one you can do without. I don't think I want to be in this prison without a tour guide.
And the bad thing was, with the tour we took, we had no GoPros, so we took lots of photos. Hopefully it'll do us justice for you all to see. But the ghost tour, you can actually take GoPros through. So if you're interested in that,
I
would be
guess
pretty
so
fun.
you can get video of them ghosts that you're gonna see.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it.
I'm glad I'm on
watching it
this side of the fence.
as much as we did taking a little history lesson.
We're
into
gonna
it,
go
so.
eat ice cream now.
Yeah, I think we're
Central
gonna eat
Dairy.
ice cream. Yep, we'll meet you there next. Here we are in Central Dairy Ice Cream. And as you can tell, there's lots of choices here.
This is our lunch.
Yeah, so late lunch. We had late breakfast, so now we're having lunch. And then you've already
sweet
got
lunch.
some on, you're already wearing it.
Am I?
You couldn't even wait to go on camera first. I'd start eating it. So I've got Jamaican almond fudge, my favorite. And you
I got extreme moose tracks and regular moose tracks.
and this is one of like 45 flavors.
Over 45.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. And if you ever been to Missouri, you know at Central Dairy has lots of stuff in the stores, from milk and cottage cheese and ice cream, of course.
You ought to
But
come visit here.
it's just not the same as coming in here. It's nothing extra fancy, but it's really good. And these are like what, $3.50 a piece?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, $7, including tax for both of these. So you come to Jeff City, you gotta stop at Central Dairy Ice Cream and pick up some ice cream.
Well, we're back from Jeff City. It's our last night here. No. Yeah, it is. It's our last night here. We're fixing something the kids need and want to believe. So
It's a good thing about camping by ourselves.
it
We can fix
is a
stuff
very
we don't
good
have to worry
thing
about
like
whether
that.
they like it or not.
We're fixing my rendition of Corn Chowder. So we got the fire going. We're gonna let it burn down a little bit, and then we'll get started.
Yep, we'll cook it over an open fire. It's
Yep,
pretty fun.
we are.
All right.
Okay, if I can deal with this with the smoke going right in my face. You got to work on this in stages. The first thing you need to do is get your corn cooked. So I got about 12 ounces of corn here. Am I still? Can't see. I've got 2 cups of water here, but I'm probably not going to use near all of it. I just want enough to cover my corn. Can I have a spoon, honey?
Yep, I figured you might need one. There you go.
Thank you. Well, I got a little more than what I wanted in there, but that's all right. It'll cook down. And some minced onion. Calls for about 1/4 cup of minced onion, so I'm just going to guesstimate 1/4 cup. That looks about right. I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook. Okay, I've just checked it and I've got some decent boilage going. So now I'm going to add my celery because I don't like crunchy celery in my soup. Well, that's 1 stalk of celery. Mix that in there a little bit. And we're going to let it cook with the lid off because I want to cook some of the water out. Okay, I'm going to give it a stir. There's not too much water down in there. Wait, show them. See, there's not too much water in there. And I'm going to add just a little bit of seasoned salt. Just to season my corn and my celery. And then I'm going to add the meat, which is smoked andouille sausage. If you don't like andouille sausage because it's too spicy, then smoked sausage would be fine. Now you're going to say, well, that's not enough liquid. Well, we wanted some of it cooked off because to this, so we don't have to dump anything, we're going to add some other stuff that's liquidy. Put the lid on it and forget it for a few minutes. Just got a couple more ingredients to put in there, and then we will be eating. Now, if you're not one for hot, spicy, you need to get the green chilies that are mild. We're not that type of people.
No, we like a little bit of spice in our life.
And we're using a whole can. If we were cooking this for somebody else, we'd be making double this amount. So, mix that in there. Then we're going to put in 2 cups of half and half. Oops. Just add it to the water that's already in there. It will get thick. Because we're going to put a whole brick of cream cheese in here. We're going to break up that cream cheese just a bit. Normally we'd have our tripod out, wouldn't we, honey?
Yeah.
This fire pit's made just a little weird.
Yeah, I don't know if it worked too good. It's a nice one, so we just put it over top of the grate.
Yeah, it's working, other than some
You can see
dummy
there.
dummy bent it.
Well, it might have
Just
got
a
it too
little bit.
hot. That could have been a problem.
Well, it still probably was some dummy that did it. Okay, now, you're gonna see, bring that in here, hon. The cream cheese isn't real broke up, so it's gonna have to cook a few minutes to get it all
we
broke
just poured
up.
out of the cooler. It was pretty cold.
We're gonna break it up kind of small so it'll get warm up faster. This is such a good meal. And once again, it's a whole meal in one pot. We're gonna check this. It's been a while since we checked it. Ow. Oh, it's bubbling good. Oh yeah, it's nice and thick. Didn't have to put any thickening in it. So Aunt Suzanne, you could eat this. As long as the cream cheese doesn't have any weed in it. It's ready to eat. So,
Time to dish up, isn't it?
yep, it is.
Looking good.
We'll let you look closer at it when we get it to the table.
Alrighty, you want me to help dish up?
Yep, if you take the lid off of it. Oh, wow, yummy, yummy, in my tummy.
Crackers to go with it.
One more scoop. Nice and meaty. Ooh, that's warm on hands.
Good. Sure it's hot.
I'm sure it is too, because it's hot on my fingers.
Ooh, hot. Good.
It's light. Perfect for spring.
Yeah, got a little that cream and the cream cheese in it. Gives it a nice little
And
little
it's thick,
thicker,
too.
but not real thick. So you can make it in the wintertime too, and it'd still be pretty good. But springtime's good. Might not be a good summer dish, but it's perfect for this time in here in April,
Yeah,
where
it
it's getting kind of cool in the evening and perfect out over the open fire cooking. So
Well, that about does it for this weekend getaway. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And thank you for watching.
we'll see you next week.